Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters, fam.
Chatting it up. Listen, guys, if you're new to this podcast right here, welcome. Welcome, man. This ain't like any of the other boxing pods.
Not like anything you've experienced before. It's different.
So just have an open mind. It's gonna catch you off guard, yeah. Because we're not doing what everybody else is doing.
No, we're not doing what everyone else is doing.
This is unfiltered boxing conversation.
Yeah,
we don't care. Yeah. We're calling it as we see it. Yeah. That's just how we roll. Barbershop energy.
Sometimes you won't like what we say, but whenever you don't like what we say, call in on Monday, fam. You know what I mean? It's simple as that. Like, how many times have you listened to a podcast and you thought, I don't like that, and you can't talk to these guys? You might leave something in the comments. That's all well and good, but how many people are really spending time on them comments? I'm saying, come and talk to us direct. And
if you're thinking, who are you guys in boxing? How should we listen to you? Well, you listen to our boxing records. KG, what's your tail of the tape, bro?
G, you already know about my thing, fam. I'm 0-0, fam. Never fought, never lost. But if I did, someone gets knocked out, and it's definitely not me.
Put the game on notice.
They thought my boxing record was crazy, right? They thought, wow, like, that's dominating, undefeated. But let me ask you about yours, bro. Talk to me. What's your work looking like?
What can I say? There aren't many things perfect in this world, except for my boxing record.
Oh my goodness!
You know, I'm 2-0. Yeah. You know, I boast a phenomenal knockout percentage of 50%.
Oh, you did that.
That means half the men that entered the ring with me.
Oh my goodness!
They left on their backs.
That's what you did. So if you're thinking, should I call in? Call in for that, bruv.
Trust me, we know what we're talking about.
We know we're two comedians that know what we're talking about. Two comedians that watched the sport of boxing and said, we should talk about this.
Two comedians that said, I'm seeing something right now that nobody else has seen. Yo, it's been a very interesting day.
I love AJ days. That's what I'm going to call them. I love AJ days where AJ just, again, like, even if it's not him that speaks, something that happens around his name just turns the boxing world into a complete frenzy. Like, I woke up this morning, like, you can tell me how you're feeling this morning. I woke up this morning to see a big telegraph.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm that person that gets done by the headline. I said, AJ, 15 million, step aside, telegraph. As far as I'm concerned,
that's
done deal. Done deal. I didn't need to do any. I didn't do any more. What you call it? I didn't do no more. That was how I was feeling. So, and I was upset. I'm not gonna lie to you. All my feelings were like, I was like, AJ, why? Why would you do this? This makes no sense, AJ. Fury can't be trusted, AJ. This is gonna hurt you more than it hurts him, bruv. I'm telling you, this thing here, yeah, will stay with you. This will stay with you, and Fury's got the best way of just how he speaks about things. He's gonna make you look so silly about this moment. I went and did the job that he couldn't do. Remember when we had it with Wilder? We had it. He said, look, them lot couldn't get the negotiations done because that team over there, they were scared. The only person that could step up was me, the Gypsy King, bruv. And that's what he did. And like it or not, for the people that are really, really close to boxing, they said to themselves, that's not true. For the casuals and everyone in attendance, bruv, they were like, well, that's true. Two people came together and said, well, you weren't afraid to fight me. I wasn't afraid to fight you. So we got it on. Fury Wilder won. And I was like, AJ, this is going to look bad. This is horrible. That's my feelings. I want to know how you felt when you woke up this morning and saw the telegraph piece.
I saw the headline and I saw people going off in their responses. I was like, oh, flip's sake. People were like, oh, he's scared. He's messed the bed up. Like, he's not on it. He's this, he's that. And I was just thinking, rah, like, and I remember throughout the day as it was festival, I was thinking, I can't believe he's fully stepped aside. This is an interesting moment to be, you know, for it to be happening in the era. Do you know what I mean? Yes. You're going to watch how this plays out. Because obviously step-asides are not new. They've happened before on a big scale. But this one is like, right, middle of the era. Let's see how it goes. And then I can't believe I missed a vital detail, bruv. This thing was written by Gareth A. Davis.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way!
Fam, it got me. I couldn't believe it. You know the moments you think, flip's sake, bruv. What? You. I can't believe I listened to you, bruv. This guy, Fury Camp, bruv. How could I listen to him?
Is he well known? Is he well known for Fury camping?
Bruv, this guy will be in the hotel room for the Furies. Like, you know what I mean? For the Fury fights. He's that guy.
But we have to trust the integrity of
like
the journalist.
That's like me reporting on a David Hay opponent. You know what I'm saying? If you hear me, if David Hay's fighting again and you hear me with an update about his opponent, come on. Nah. It's tainted information.
That information is tainted.
Oh, bro.
There's not even a sign of the taint, bro. I want to know what to do, fam. Oh my goodness.
You can't listen to me with them type of updates. So when I'm seeing now that he's come out with that talk, I'm thinking to myself, you're a clown, bro.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? And the annoying thing is that it spread like wildfire because you're on a platform like the Telegraph. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good as gospel. It's good as gospel. You look at the Sun, you look at other tabloids. If that came out in the News of the World or in the Sun, you'd be like, nah, whatever. You might not even know.
Sport or something
Daily
nuts.
Sport, do you know what I mean? You're like, shut up. When it's like, when you're giving me big Telegraph, I'm saying, rotted. Okay. And it was there. I saw it on the meme pages as well.
Yeah,
so I'm seeing I'm seeing shade on all these ones, and I'm like, raw, this is cut through. This is actually, I'm meant to see this. Like, this has got to me. And no one, obviously, no one's cleaned it up, but go ahead. So then after.
So now it's one of them things where it's like, so my feelings on it is that the game has started. The game has started. Like, it's one of those moments where Lyndon Arthur Yard, he says to him, you hurt me. He goes, you don't know where. Then he tells him, you got me to the body. AJ's done that to a degree in his interview by revealing all the talk about me being a weightlifter made me do this. You've given just a little bit of a chink to let people know that mentally you take it in. So now understand that the media frenzy that we're about to be a part of this roller coaster for the whole of 22 is started now. Because for him to put out that article with no information, just on an if, but the article headline, and I know sometimes writers don't always design their headlines, but the fact is, it's got your name on it, so you're going to be responsible for it. That's how it's going to go.
Yes, it is.
So when you've done that now, AJ's had to come out and address it. You forced AJ's hand. That's still a move. You made him do something he had no plans on doing that day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now we're looking at it like, now AJ's thinking, people think I want to step aside. I've got to do something hasty. I hope that AJ's starting to wise up to the games, because this game is going to go on and it's going to get even more intense.
Now let's deep dive. Let's really get deep into this situation, because AJ says I got to do something about this. Yeah, I'm not happy with the narrative that's being spun here, and definitely not happy with the narrative probably being spun within my community. Because let's be real, it was the meme pages. It was it's not traditional media that put up AJ stepping aside for 15 mil. I'm talking about it. It was, but it cut through. It's like, sometimes it's like, and you lot feel that way about me too. So just imagine sometimes boxing might talk about that, but then it stepped into casual land is what I'm talking about.
Casual land,
It stepped into casual land, and the casuals were in there who are never going to be able to, they're never going to be, he can't even write that wrong. As far as they're concerned,
AJ they're not going to check for the update.
They're not going to check
for further updates.
Nope. Yeah. In casual land, we take what we've been given, fam. So the last update I've had is I saw AJ lose in Tottenham. Next time I'm hearing it, he don't want it. Smoke. That's all I'm seeing. And I'm all the comment section, nah, man, this is what I'm saying about. And I saw Frank Bruno comparisons in the chat. That's when it started to get, he was like, enough. He saw them. He saw the Frank Bruno comparisons. He said, nah, we're not going out like this. We're not going out the light. And don't get me wrong, respect to Frank Bruno, but for the casuals, they look at Frank Bruno differently. They don't look at him how they probably should, how he deserves to be looked at. They don't look at him like that. They'll just look at him on some,
Well, I mean,
I would use.
You're not going to look at him as you look at Lennox. You're not looking at
yeah, you're not looking at him like you look at Lennox, how you look at Tyson, how you look at some of those the heavyweights of that era. So then when he saw that, he probably thought to himself, I got to write this. And usually it would be an Eddie Hearn interview, 1 hour with Coogan IFL. Strong 1 hour. We know exactly what time it is.
He said, nah. He said, hold the front page. I'm going straight to Snapchat, bro. You're not going to hear this from me today.
100%.
And I respect it. I respect it to a degree because there's some things you just can't let build.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Someone's come out with something flagrant about you. It's like, yo. If that's nonsense, you better let these men know now, bro. Because that builds, your silence starts to look nuts.
Yeah.
So I get it. But it's one of those ones where it's like pick and choose the moments.
I want to play it.
You allow man to draw you out.
I want to play it now. Yeah, I can play it because we got it here. Let's play it and let's want us to really look at this.
You know what's bad about all these interviews I see? I see certain interviews that quote what I said. I think to myself, I ain't done no interviews. Where did this person get this information from? I'm hearing people saying AJ accepts 15 million to step aside. I ain't signed no contract. I ain't seen no contract. So as it stands, stop listening to the bullshit until it comes from me. I'm the man in control of my destiny. I'm the man that handles my business. I'm a smart individual and I make calculated decisions every step of the way. Don't listen to the bullshit from other sources. If I tell you something, then you know it's real.
What's your feelings?
It's mad. Wait, and just stay with me here. Is there a little swelling around his right eye? I don't know if I saw that. I couldn't.
Oh, maybe. He's probably
he's training, sparring, working hard. Yeah. I saw that. It was a hard video for me, not like a hard video to digest because I liked it. I like AJ. I like speaking AJ. Even when I don't understand him, I'm like, you know what? At least you're speaking. It needs to be you. All the messaging should come from you. I've liked it. And Eddie's not talking for you as much as he once was before. He's talking about a whole range of things now. Eddie's, I think, recognized I've got to be in the business of the whole of boxing.
Also,
maybe.
Yeah, there's that. But also the 258 separation, it's not a separation. It's just a little distance.
It's just different now.
Yeah, it's different now. That's all it is.
Yeah, we're still boys because we signed a lifetime deal, but it's different now. Yeah, and maybe again, and it's the probably maturing of their relationship. That's you don't need me like doing what I did for you before. You can do that now. You know what you want to say, and as you said it on Monday Night Smoke. AJ's matured in front of our eyes, and yes, there's still things that is left we're left with the incoherence, but he wants to tell us, you man, everybody now. It's me. When you hear a word, it's me. I love that. However, this is where I veered off the track with what AJ was saying. Is like he didn't throw everything away. He didn't throw away the chance of there being step aside. So it's that until the information comes, until I tell you rare, but it's not like that. That's not in the ether. It wasn't as if that was dismissed the first time. Even in the Dubai clip, he said no one can even come to me with a step aside. Then quickly changed it, but there was a little moment of clarity. In here is like I think we're left scratching our heads a little bit, saying to ourselves, well, if the price is right, AJ, you're gonna step aside, and that's the question. And this is the part of the conversation that I want to have after what you've taken away from that AJ video.
My thing is like with AJ, I guess from what I've seen or feel like I understand about him, is that he speaks about what he wants to speak about, and then no more, no less. So with this was literally about crushing that article.
Okay.
Not to give further information about what's actually happening.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Which is why it's like, don't believe everything you. That's why it's like an MC. There's rumors on his name, and he just goes, "Don't believe everything you read." That just tells you, don't believe that. I'm not giving you information yet, but don't believe that. And I think this was just his version of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because him saying, everyone's saying that these conversations are happening. He's like, I ain't got no contract. I ain't seen no contract. So as it stands now, there's no contract. So no one talked to me. No, like, don't believe that's nonsense. There is information there. As much as it's ambiguous, it's actually not. Do you know what I mean? Man saying, I haven't got no contract, and I haven't seen a contract. That quells this step aside.
There's no 15 now, but then it doesn't mean there's not really.
It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that he might not ever look at one, but it says as of right now, there are no combos that are going on.
No, that's not the thing. As of right now, I haven't got a contract and I haven't seen the contract. Very clear. Yeah. I haven't got one, I haven't seen it. That's fine. However, doesn't mean that the talks are not there. You know, that he didn't say that. And so, you know, when someone's telling you a story, the omission of the truth is very easy. The omission of the truth is very easy. Oh, what are you talking about? I ain't seen no contract. I ain't, what do you call it? All facts, all true. Is that conversation?
But we've had conversations, and we are dealing with the terms before the contract can be complete.
Unless I tell you, there's nothing happening. And that's all I got from AJ is, listen, until I talk to you, yeah, don't think about anything. And it's like, negotiation doesn't really work like that, unfortunately. There is talks in the background. Yes, I do believe Gareth is in total Fury camp, you know, and it fits Fury for this narrative to come out because, again, Fury wins points today in some strange way, you know, to the casuals and stuff, because Fury now gets to say, well, look, he's scared. We've already seen a video from him, and they've probably been setting this up because Fury was like talking about Usyk, talking about AJ saying, you couldn't even beat this guy. Like, it's gonna need me to go over there and bring the belts back to Britain. So there's almost been an incremental rolling of this thing coming, and it's been once again played out brilliantly. You cannot leave out this side. This side of the game is part of boxing, unfortunately, and it's you were saying it earlier, like when was the Monday Night Smoke? We get a lot more of the fighter. We get almost a 360-degree view of these fighters because of social media. And now you have to play that game. Unfortunately, AJ now has to step into this part of the game. And if he's going to take full control of the messaging, we have to hear from you, you know.
He's got to do it. He's got to go one or two ways and stick to it. You either go with this route where you're going to respond to everything or respond to nothing. You understand? Nothing and just literally the massive news. Like, you remember that time when him and AJ and Fury went back and forth on Twitter? Yeah. When the Wilder fight was announced. Yes. AJ came for... He smoked him. He even got the last word against Fury.
Yeah, I'm fighting my man. Yeah, he said you're fighting WWE man them.
That's what I mean. So it's like, the needle is so strong between these two. Fury just knows I got to push a little button and I'll get you out of there. Yeah. My thing is, like, it's such a frustrating situation because Fury is still such an unreliable character. You can't even trust him to be like, you know, I'll fight Usyk, then I'll come back. No, because he just wander off into the sunset and then that's it. Sunset
settings, Sunset Beach. That's what he's on. Like, I'm out of here, and it'll be a shame. And this is why, I always believe that fighters watch this podcast. Yeah, AJ, from me to you, bro, don't even consider it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. The way this will be spoken about and the way this will be repackaged, yeah, because the people that are doing your packaging, it's not the same. You ain't got the same. I don't know if you got the same links, but the links are not. The links are not linking the way they. The links are not linking. I'm telling you,
I disagree.
Bro, look how as soon as Fury beat Wilder, look how they spoke about him. They spoke about him like it was the second coming. Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, if Fury goes out, every time they'll say Fury did what AJ couldn't. Fury went and dealt with Wilder. AJ couldn't do it. AJ was afraid to do it. All the stuff's there. In America, they feel that way. That's the narrative is set. Yeah. Now we're going to say the fight that he lost, AJ couldn't do it. Fury to the rescue. It's always, that will be, and it's easy. It is very easy to spin that narrative, especially when you're surrounded by heavyweight superstars that we've never seen a rollout. When Fury was fighting against Wilder 2, we saw Drake, Ibrahimovic. We saw this. We saw a swell. We saw something we've never seen before. It's only again that monster's gonna grow, you know. And the one thing is, Usyk is now being crowned as the second most dangerous heavyweight at the moment in this era, just because of what happened with AJ. If he destroys the second guy, and he already destroyed the second guy before, I'm telling you, it becomes long. Big man, That's not what you want. Don't even allow that to rumble on, fam. Mash this work. This work. You have to go back in there, fam. I don't want to hear, I don't care, 15, 20 million, 30 mil. We might need to talk about that still. But, you know, we might have to have a light conversation.
I don't think he's going to enjoy that 15 mil if it goes that way. Fury retires. Fury wins and then he retires. I don't think he's going to enjoy that money. But at the same time, I just don't want AJ to be in a space where you're getting pushed and pulled by narratives, because that's not a good place for you to be.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you're undoing.
Yeah.
Stand in that in complete confidence and conviction, bro. Because the fact is this, yeah?
It's harder to do that without a belt, though.
As much as it will feel like, oh, how are they going to talk about... Bro, step-asides are not new. Top-scale step-asides have happened as well. I'm going to bring this up. Brought this up on Monday Night Smoke. When Lennox Lewis took the $4 million step-aside to let Mike Tyson fight for the belt against... I can't remember the guy's name now, but I just researched it today. Nobody brings that up when we talk about Lennox Lewis's legacy. Now, I'm not encouraging a step aside, but I am saying do not get dragged into the how will your legacy be affected? Nah, bro. People ain't going to forget that you had boxing on your back. So my whole thing is make the best decision for you. If you know your camp is in absolute is scattered, and this is not there's no way we're going to be able to deliver with this team, wait then. I'm being so serious. My stance is changing a little bit because we don't know what that situation looks like. There's a reason why this thing has taken a little while. Them men are surveying the situation and thinking, this is messy still. This is messy. I've had situations where a show is coming up, big show, and I have started writing a couple weeks out. I don't even remember it all properly. I know in my heart, once I get on there, I'm going to be winging it. You don't want to do that type of stuff on the big stage. You understand?
But then it comes to believing if you're better than the guy. And if
but the belief thing, yeah. But there's also a level of prep that you know that you can execute. So if he's at this point now where the team is so scattered and he's choosing between 4 men, even now, then it's like, I can't get in there with him again. Not right now. So if it's like that, then I get it. But if it's just a case of we've got the team, maybe we need a bit more time, schedule a fight for May. No one can rush AJ and Hearn. No one.
Can you? Because he could do this where he settles the fight for September and says, you know, I'm gonna have a few fights between.
I think June.
You can have a few fights between. If I settle the fight, if I say I'm fighting,
no, because you can't do that. Usyk would be free to fight someone else. You can't have him sit still.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm saying, if I can get a tune-up, and I know I'm having a fight, no tune-up, just straight into it.
You got to remember that the standard that AJ has set for himself, he's not allowed to have tune-ups. If he was Fury, yeah, he could get an Otto Walling in. He could get a Safari or a Pianetta.
But if you know, I'm just saying, I'm getting by your logic.
Outside rank 25.
I'm saying I'm getting by your logic in sense. I don't think so. I think just go and fight the thing. But I'm saying if you're saying, stand in your conviction, stand in, you know, what you want to do. It's like, I was thinking, well, couldn't he just do that then? Because Fury would do that if he wanted to. When Fury said that he might not have been ready for Wilder, there was mooting of him going to fight somebody else to prepare himself in the second one.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is the standards and the expectations for these two guys are very different.
Okay.
Fury could literally not fight White or Usyk or AJ and fight a ranked outside 15 and it'd be cool. And it'd be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. Nobody would challenge him. Nobody would say anything because it's Fury. AJ has to fight at top level back to back. But
then one is undefeated though. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the key. That's what's given to you with being, when you're undefeated, you can do things like that. You know?
But also if you fight guys like that, then how does your undefeated have much value in this conversation?
Nah, it shouldn't. But again, the name of,
that's why I say the way these men get treated in the media, very different. Yeah. How long has Fury given us, you know, good opponent, bum, good opponent, bum, good opponent? Like, bro, the guy gets to do what he wants. AJ's not afforded that. So when we're having these conversations and it's like, he's going to step aside, he's going to do this, and then you can make him come out and you start thinking, all right, let's start to before we react going forward, let's look at who wrote that. Let's look at who wrote that and what side of the fence that would have come from, because this game of chess has started.
But this is the price of being the man, though. You know,
it is the price of being the man.
Again, he's the man. That's it. Like, when you're the man, that's just your lot in life. You know, and Fury, as AJ, if AJ does walk into the sunset himself, Fury becomes the man. And the target's on his back. And will he be comfortable consistently being the man? Fury is the man right now, but he's not behaving like it. You know, it's I don't know. I don't know if he's fully believed it himself, because he's still addressing AJ when, big man, you're the man. AJ lost, you won. You know, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think there's still some.
But he knows, though, deep down, he's not the cash cow.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm talking about. Really. It's like not like an imposter syndrome, but it's weird where he should just be standing his truth like, big man, I'm the WBC champion, I'm the lineal champion, and this, that, and that. He can, you know, he should be able to be saying these things, but he's not. You know, it's weirdly, weird.
Yeah, so it's like, this isn't really an accurate example, but it's kind of something similar. So it's like when Ali was banned from boxing, Joe Frazier became champ.
Yeah.
And every interview Frazier did, bruv, it was always about Ali.
Yeah.
There's that thing of, you still got to deal with this guy.
Still got
Do you know what I mean? When Ali came back, it was straight. And he actually beat Ali in the fight.
Yeah.
But before that moment took place, it was Ali, though.
Yeah.
Like, AJ and Fury, it's not an accurate example as far as circumstances, but in terms of Fury, you know, being number one, yeah, you're number one because, you know what I'm saying, you're undefeated, you still got your title and all that. But you know the numbers that AJ does. You don't do those numbers. You don't have the you're not the star that AJ has become. You're not
I'm
even.
I'm gradually becoming that guy, though.
He's not, though. He's not. For me, I look at it like this. Unless it's backed up by the numbers, everybody can feel huge when it's not backed up by numbers. You know that, right? I don't care about Instagram followers. I don't care about any of that stuff. When it comes to selling out a stadium in 10 minutes, and you're not selling out a Wilder trilogy, the third fight in LA or wherever that was, you don't have a leg to stand on to say you and this person is there.
How quick do you believe? So let's imagine step aside's done. How quick do you imagine Fury Usyk sells out? I feel that will go if that's big Wembley arena.
I don't think that's the biggest fight as you think.
Really, the undisputed, for everything, bro. I think that fight sells out in 5 hours. 5 hours.
You have to understand
gone. Tickets bro. Gone. 5 hours.
You have to understand something, fam. Like, stuff doesn't just come from nowhere. Fury has not sold like that anywhere. Usyk has not sold like that.
He hasn't fought on these shores.
Sold like that anywhere.
No, but I'm saying he hasn't fought on
good
these
level
shores.
Boxing.
Yeah.
Good level boxing has happened in boxing before. Yeah. Casual fans don't just care about good level boxing, bro. They want certain names in there for them to move. Otherwise, Josh Taylor would be an absolute box office superstar.
I could sell that. I know I can. I could sell. Wait, I'm just saying. Listen to this. I can sell the guy that beat AJ. I can sell that the guy that beat AJ versus Fury. And
let me tell you something.
And Fury that's never fought in the UK for hasn't fought in the UK since becoming the champion.
Please just listen. Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson and didn't become a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel Fury's different though. I don't think
Usyk is the Buster Douglas in this situation. Cool. He's not going to become a star that just does numbers.
But the dance partner
So get Usyk being a number man.
Yeah.
Fury has not had a home base, a hometown sellout
and
in the UK.
And that's why I can sell it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, this is why I'm saying to you, there's no reason to say any of the things you're saying. This guy, you got two fighters, yeah?
Yeah.
Who make it their brand to be killers on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're now at one of their house, you think they just left fans? You're talking about an untapped audience that are supposed to show up for Fury by the bucket loads.
For some strange reason, I feel like they'll weirdly show up. I don't know why. I feel like the perception and the fans that he's gained in those two victories.
What makes you think he's gained this crazy amount of fans? Because of social media.
He's gained fans. He has gained fans. He has gained. We have to be honest.
All I'm saying is this: that's not how projections work.
I do believe that he has gained.
I'm telling you, Fury and Usyk is not the numbers thing that people like AJ and Fury would be.
Oh, of course not. That's
at all. It's not even in the same.
That's guaranteed. That's normal. But I'm talking about Fury versus Usyk. here in the UK after Fury's done the Road Warrior thing, and it's the same guy that beat AJ. You should be able to sell that. Even Bob Arum should be able to sell that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not going to sell. I'm saying it's not going to sell anywhere near like how an AJ fight would sell.
Oh,
because
there's no
these guys are not numbers guys.
They're pale in comparison.
It's like if I say, like I got into a debate on Ben Doughty's Facebook page where I said that Fury is not a box office draw, right? And he said, well, how can you say he's not a box office draw? I'm like, sorry, let me refrain. Compared to AJ, he's not a box office draw.
Yeah.
Because AJ, against most people, the numbers are going to be respected.
Anyone.
But Fury, when he fought Otto Wallin, horrendous numbers.
Yeah.
Arum has been said he's lost peas with Fury.
He
signed a great deal. He signed a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, Arum is being honest.
Arum
He's not going to lie. Yeah. But what I'm saying is Fury signed an amazing deal with ESPN to make great money from this deal. They've not necessarily made their money back. When you don't even sell out the venue that you're fighting in, fam, it's crazy. So when you're talking about that history to come and tell me that it's going to do a madness, you know, based on what?
I honestly,
if he wasn't fighting Wilder and he's fighting in America, it would be horrendous numbers.
I honestly, for some strange reason, and again, we won't be able to know this until that fight is made, innit? But I think that the thoughts on Fury, like Fury Dillian, that's gonna sell out very quickly as well. It will. But you believe that, right?
But this is the thing. One of those people has sold out in certain locations in UK before.
Yeah.
Against Parker, against Rivas. He's had those nights. So based on Dillian being involved, you say yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Fury off his own name against whoever won't sell crazy like that.
I think there's and this is, we can't prove this in it, but I think a corner's been turned in terms of Fury. I honestly believe that. But anyway, we move, man. Listen, AJ, honestly, bro, from one brother to another, fam, don't even consider it. Like, sort out your team, fire whoever you need to fire, and get ready, get right. Even if it takes, even it means it's 4 months from now, 5 months from now, whatever it takes, because we waited for a long time. Look how long we waited for Khan versus Brook, fam. So we can wait 4 more months. Because a certain man waited like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, we're still waiting for Crawford versus Spence. This is how mad it is. This looks more on the cards than anything. Big man, sort it out, please. Don't step aside. Yeah. Brother, what have you got for me?
Chris Eubank Jr. fan. So Chris Eubank Jr. is
talk to me.
He's feeling a bit of a way because Adam Booth has decided to train Liam Williams.
Has he got a point?
To fight Eubank, and he's like, "But you train my cousin, so why would you train this guy to fight me?" He's like, he just showed the type of man that he is, and I'm like, that's a bit sensitive from Chris Eubank.
Yeah, it was a bit mad, innit?
I don't expect that type of stuff from Eubank Jr. Eubank Jr. has got energy of very, very much like, what is it? Cerebral.
Yeah.
Vibe about it. You know what I'm saying? Where he's very much like, don't care. I'm not emotional. I don't care about you. I only care about boxing. Yeah. And after today, you're no one to me. Like, he's got that vibe about him.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like a chink where he's like, how could you do that?
And it's like, well, I'm close. In his head, he's like, it's mad because you think of that relationship. He says him and his cousin Harlem are mad close. You know, and he's like, well, you're almost pretty much within my camp. Like, you're going to hear what condition I'm in, probably from Harlem. But now you're trying to... No, that's what I think. That's what I'm trying to get into the mindset of Eubank, just to understand why he feels this way. Because I'm like, this is weird, and I don't. He wasn't even looking at Liam like he's a big challenge, you know. So this was, again, it is weird. Him responding like this is very weird.
Yeah, I find it very odd because I'm just like, and Harlem is basically like, because Harlem is trained by Adam Beef as well. Yeah. And Harlem's kind of had to just be like, you know, I'm neutral, like I'm just staying out of it. But imagine you're in the gym and you're watching the brother train and he's gonna go and fight your cousin. Woo, that's crazy, boy.
I call my cousin.
You know what I mean?
I call my cousin and say, yo, he didn't look that good today, you know. I call him. Bro, I call my cousin.
In it.
I call my cousin. I would call
if I'm
cousin.
Liam, I'll say, look, I don't want Harlem in the gym when I'm training.
Ever. When I'm training, get him out of here. Because I'll be like, yo, that like he's vulnerable to this. I saw yeah. So it is nuts. It is nuts. The only person that should be feeling away or feeling a bit upset about it is Liam, but Liam's asked Adam Booth to come in to help him out by the looks of it. So,
and the maddest thing is, there's obviously this is a conversation point, but I think Eubank Jr is gonna smoke him, man. I don't even think this is something for him to worry about.
This is why I was surprised that he got upset with Adam Booth. But maybe there's just some residual problems with Adam Booth anyway. And you know, you use that as the ignition. You know, we got our brother Audley Harrison's at the moment igniting wherever he can. You know, it's like, so it's one of those issues where it's like, I don't really like you anyway. This is a good enough reason to say it off, just to like start the narrative between me and you two. You're a chief, you know?
Yeah.
You probably look back, you never know if Adam Booth probably said something disparaging or something that you don't like.
He trained Eubank Jr. at one point.
There you go.
Do you know what I'm saying? Trained him back for the Spike Sullivan fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, and that was a great Eubank Jr.
And he looked good, yeah.
I was
really excited.
That was one of our best Eubank Juniors, if you think about it. Very focused. Again, like a demolition
Spike Sullivan
job.
ain't no soft touch either.
Demolition job it was. It was nice. But he was saying he had all the correct attributes ready for that fight.
Yeah.
You know?
And for me, because, you know, David Haye was trained by Adam Booth. Whenever I see Adam Booth take on a explosive fighter, I think, oh snap, he might be able to have the similar type of effect. Yeah. So with Eubank, I thought if he'd have stayed there and that relationship got to build, but it just sounded like Eubank was one of those uncoachable fighters that he doesn't listen to you. He does what he wants. Like, so it's that type of situation, which is fine. But now, fast forward, it looks as if it may have ended a bit more sour than we previously had thought.
Yes. For
him to just be like really thrown out, you just show me the type of man that you are. Or maybe they were friends and it was actually a good relationship. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's coming back to me now. I think that the relationship broke down because of a sparring session. I think he brought somebody into spar. I don't remember who it was. It's some fight. Somebody in the comments will be able to get this together for me. But so basically, they agreed to spar, and this person didn't want to spar the way Eubank wanted to spar. It was like, I don't want to take 30-second breaks. I want a full minute.
Yeah.
And Eubank was like, yo, this is my gym. This is how we spar. So this is where it is. And the guy's like, what the hell? Anyway, they left. But I think Adam Booth left with them because Adam Booth must have invited them in.
Yeah.
So it's one of the ones where it's like he's gone with his people to kind of keep that relationship.
That must have felt horrible.
Eubank's thinking, wow.
Yeah. So again, so when he says it shows me what kind of man you are, because in that
there's
thing
layers
he says
to it.
There's layers. That was like, that's random, just because he wants to train my man. But if we got like, I don't know, an undercurrent of unsaids or undercurrent of things that have happened before.
That's right.
Oh right. Everything you do right now can show me what kind of man you are, bro. You know, so man. And on this Eubank thing though, again, really settling in well with Roy Jones.
Yeah.
I really hope I see an incredible Eubank in this in this next fight, because after this, there's no more next gen talk. It's like we have to fight. Like, so what we say? You say Triple G fight potentially for him or something like that.
Triple G? Oh, bro, Triple G is in the retirement home, no? Sorry, yeah, just want to clarify. It was Michael Venom Page.
There you go.
That's right.
So no, I'm saying
what would be
next for Eubank then?
What if he loses?
No, he loses.
Oh, if he wins. Okay, cool. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so if he wins, he's actually got to get into his old bag and start calling out real names and literally get a top level opponent. I don't know who that's going to be.
Who do you feel like? I like that.
Triple G would be a great target right now.
It's the name.
It's late in the day for Triple G. Name. Triple G is looking to retire.
It's the perfect name. It will sell. Sky can sell that. Come on. Maybe I need to be a boxing promoter, you know, because I know I can sell that, bro. I'm looking down, I'm like, there's no way you can't sell that fight. Triple G gets paid. I know Triple G's waiting for the Canelo again. Not happening.
Nah, he was trying to fight the Mung guy, I think it was.
Mungia, yeah.
But New Year's Eve, that's when that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And apparently COVID
and that's. But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that there's still money in this fight with Junior. There's he comes from a legacy style family. Triple G is still Triple G in a lot of people's eyes. Sell it. It's not hard. Yeah.
I'd like to see him get one of the Charlo brothers. But that wasn't the works if he stayed at PBC.
That's a banana skin. That's a banana skin of the highest order. That's not nice. That's where we see, I think we see old school Eubank, where it's like we get close, and it implodes. I think the Charlos, I think after Triple G, I think Eubank just needs to feel like he belongs here. And sometimes when he beats someone, I don't believe he can beat Triple G as it stands now. I need to see a lot of progression from him in terms of him looking like a Eubank, more so like a Roy Jones. Like, and when I say like a Eubank, I'm talking like Eubank Jr, not like his dad.
The Eubank that fought Spike Sullivan.
Yeah, I need to see that. I don't need to see a new variation of this new guy that you become. I need to actually see Eubank with his gifts showing in that fight the way he's supposed to look, not somebody else. And if he does that and wins against a Triple G, he'll feel ready to mix it with the Charlos and stuff. Because that's what Charlos, they'll step into there with mad confidence. You know, you already know what they're thinking. And I don't think they even respect him, if we're being honest. Are they worried about him? That's not a name they're calling out.
No, I don't think they're worried about him. But sometimes that works for you. Do you know what I'm saying? That works when their men are not really taking you seriously. Do you know what I mean? If you can get that fight and these men feel like that about you, and then surprise him, bruv. Surprise, he's rock his whole world, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think he needs, for his own validation or vindication, is to beat someone like Triple G.
Yeah,
because you got to remember this Triple G beef goes right back to Eubank Senior saying, my son can do this, my son can do that. So if he was able to just tick off one of those on that list, what that would do for him mentally would unlock another level to Eubank Jr. and his ability to stick to a game plan, maybe add stuff to his game, or lean into his natural self and be like, I'm going to win or I'm going to lose like this because this is who I am.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't like when I see fighters caught in between styles.
Yeah.
Him in his last fight with the high right, the Roy Jones posturing, and AJ in his last fight against Usyk. You got fighters that are caught between trying to do something different. It's like, no. At your age, at this point of your career,
I know who
go out there and give us what we know you can give us, bro.
100%. And it's outworking. Again, physically, like, the guy's in amazing shape. You should be able to outwork, man, out-jab, man. You know what I mean? Even like when we look at your CompuStats, it should pale in comparison to anyone you're in the ring with. And I hope against Liam, because he says, I'm a killer. Remember the last interview he did? I could have gotten him out there anytime I wanted. No, you couldn't. Yeah. It didn't show that.
Yeah.
You
tried to.
You know what I mean?
Points in that fight, you tried to.
Yeah, let's not do that. But anyway, we move. Listen, all the best to Eubank in that Liam fight. I'm excited for it. Again, it'll be the first fight in the UK again, like, because I think it's been on we've been boxing.
The January, they're taking time off, so 5th of Feb, that's going to be on. Now, just quickly, so Conor Benn, there was talk about Conor Benn being withdrawn from the WBC ranking because enrollment to VADA, the testing thing, and he made a statement basically just saying like we're in the process of fixing that. Basically, like that's going to be short stuff. I didn't even know, and I saw like it's funny how quickly this is just an example of how quickly people can change and switch when stuff comes out. People on social media, he's dirty, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you look, chill out, bro. Like this is fully just an admin situation.
Wait for something to land before you go crazy.
But that's why I say to you, all AJ needs to do to change this conversation is win again.
That's it.
The minute he wins again, the noise just goes.
You're as good as your last. You're as good as your last win, and we have to understand that. And that's boxing, bro. That is boxing. Unfortunately, that's how the whole game goes. Win,
Yeah.
everyone's fine. Lose, it's a nightmare.
Everything needs to go.
Everything
needs to change.
But that's
the minute
it.
you win.
In this social media era that we're in this time that we're in, you just have to understand, accept that goes with the time. Now, people are going to say retire, but the real ones know you ain't need to retire. You just got to just do your thing. Like, if retiring was a thing you do after fighting, yeah, we'd never see Chisora. Chisora still today is still trying to book another fight, you know? So...
Trying? You wait till that Wilder fight gets announced, bro. This thing is going... He's moving forward.
Well, now we're hearing Bob Arum. Thank you for that little segue that you gave me just there. We're hearing Bob Arum wants to set up Jared, Big Baby, with a fight against Wilder. How do you feel about that? I like it a little bit. I like it.
I like it. I like it because, you know, you look at highlights of Jared Anderson, you think, oh, he can bang, but Wilder can clip man's head off, bro. I don't see an opponent like that giving Wilder too much. I don't know.
You say that. You say yes, potentially, but you say that couldn't Jared bully potentially?
Could, but I think he's going to be very wary of Wilder's power. Like, I just don't think. I don't know. I just see Wilder just knocking him out. I really do. And also, it's one of those things where it's like, you see, this is a good example of why fighters being protected doesn't really do too much for their career in the long run, because I think Wilder showed development over these few fights with Fury.
Yes.
The type of development now I'm seeing now, if you did this type of, you fought at this level from like your 20s, bro, we'd see an evolution.
Whole new monster. A whole new monster.
Because what I saw him giving up with his left hook and like how he was kind of putting certain shots together against Fury to, you know, put him down those times. I was like, do you imagine he was 27 learning from that fight?
Yeah.
Rather than being 36, I think he is now. Like, he could easily retire and we just say, yeah, fair play to him. Like, that is what it is. But I think he knocks out Jared Anderson. I'm not even. I think it's too early for Jared Anderson.
Do you know what? Jared has not even fought anyone of
nobody at top level
of worth. Like anything that is he hasn't had the banana skin. He hasn't like.
Bro, he's Dubois. He's Dubois out like Dubois level. Remember when Dubois was looking mad, like powerful and that? Yeah, it's that one. He needs to fight somebody certain, but like fight a Joseph Parker or something. Yeah, I mean, if Jared Anderson knocked out Joseph Parker, I'd say okay.
Joseph Parker's gone up in my. Joseph Parker's moved up again, you know, in terms of.
He's gone up and down at the same time in my head.
How?
He's gone up because I'm like, okay, cool. I think you're a tricky opponent, but I don't like your friendship with Tyson Fury. I got to be honest. I don't like and the thing is, he's a nice guy.
Just be someone's friend.
No, he's a nice guy, and I when we met him at the fight, Manchester.
Yeah,
great guy. Him and Andy Lee. Oh, yeah. Proper nice guys.
Yeah.
But I feel like he is a nice guy, kind of just all way. Like when he says, "I won't fight Fury because he's my friend," I'm like, I like fighters who are a bit more ruthless than that. Yeah, we're mates, but yeah, I mean, once that contract gets signed, yeah, it's off of your head. That's the energy that I like. So it's not really that I think he's rubbish or anything like that. It's just my personal preference when it comes to composition.
Yeah.
No prisoners.
Yeah, it's a bit, and he already beat up Fury's like his brother, innit? I swear he beat up Fury. I mean Huey.
Huey Fury, did he fight?
Yeah, he fought him, bruv. Yeah, man. I don't even know how he not got smoked for his. Nah, I think he's just somebody. We gotta take all these things that these boxers say with a pinch of salt, because if it's offered, he'll fight Fury. If offered,
nah, he won't. Bro,
really?
He said he won't fight Fury, fam. For me, I feel like that's moist. Yeah, I mean, if we're dogs, yeah, I'm saying, and we're in the same weight class and we both got the same dream. Yeah, we have to know that deep down, at some point, should that day come, I'm gonna come for it, and we're gonna be man them afterwards.
But Tony said the same about AJ, though. He said he's never fight AJ.
Yeah, but
Tony
I think
Benn said he'll never fight AJ, never fight Fury. The only one that he wanted to fight was Wilder, if we're being fair.
And even then, he kind of changed his mind. But I think it's more so to do with the size.
Yeah,
I think it's more to do with the size. If he was a heavyweight, Tony Bellew ain't backing down from none of these, man.
Yeah, all right.
Let's not for a second think he wouldn't go for it.
No, because it was...
Do you think if he held the WBC and another man had the WBA and IBF, he's gonna just say, "Nah, man, we're boys"? Nah, bro, we ain't blood. Klitschko's, I understand, but if we're not blood, might have to sanction that one. I can't. Yeah, I come for it.
Didn't Bellew call out a heavyweight? after the Hay thing. I'm trying to remember if there was a heavyweight that Belly called out after.
I can't remember.
Didn't he want Fury at one stage?
Wilder.
Didn't he?
Nah, it was Wilder, man.
I can't remember if he wanted Fury at one stage. I swear he wanted Fury at one stage. Weirdly.
Oh wait, no, hold on, no. I just typed it in, and he challenged Fury, yeah. And he promised to knock him out. Yeah, he promised to knock him out.
I remember that because I was like, first he didn't know. It was mad. He said definitely no to AJ. That's insane. Why he said he wanted Fury?
True, innit?
He wanted that Fury smoke.
Bro, he said he knocked Tyson Fury out in 6 rounds.
There you go. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
I swear. Before, Wilder was on the list of people that he didn't want to fight. You know, he said he hugged him.
Remember they squared off? They were squaring off at one point.
Yeah.
Tell you.
Yeah.
Tell you. So if you think Tony Belly was a heavyweight, you think he's just gonna have one belt and you got another belt, and it's like, nah, we're boys. We're not gonna. Nah, bro. That brother there, Tony Belly, once he gets into bomber mode, he's giving you his best. But
then this is what we got to talk about because
he'll hug you afterwards and it'll be mad passionate.
Yeah, be mad love. Yeah. There's this part though that I wanted to talk about just with the Jared situation, and it kind of shows you like what Bob Arum's on though, because then he say, "La raw, look at the matchmaking. You've actually got a prospect that you're bringing up, and you're saying that you want to, unless he's just trying to build him and put his name next to Wilder's just for the sake of name alone, because they know that they're never gonna get on. If it's that, then ratings. You know what? You're on your promoter thing. Do your promote as you need to promote. You know, but again, it's if you are gonna offer him up though, that is crazy. That feels.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nah,
it's not something that's gonna actively happen, but it's a nice talking point.
It's a good.
Sometimes that's enough.
Yeah. I like because Jared Dubois is nice. Jared, and the thing he needs to get busy, and this is a lovely fight. Jared, Nigerian, he's waiting for his moment. He beat
FA Jaguar.
No, not FA.
I was about to say he lost.
Our guy, the juggernaut, the one that we
Joyce,
Jared Joyce.
Yeah.
Why? It's not bad. It's not bad.
But it's not really a progression for Joyce though. Joyce needs title shots at this point. He needs to be.
But go over to just imagine, go over to America because Jared's doing quite well in these American shows. Not amazingly.
He ain't headlining nothing.
He ain't shit, man. I just feel like the same when we talk about Dylan, we say Dylan's kind of been left behind. Joe Joyce is like he's in the freezer, bro. In terms of how cold it's getting.
Bro, it's because the heavyweight division is so held up.
I feel for that guy.
He's just getting older. I think he's like 36.
Bruv, he's just waiting.
Yeah.
I'm talking, remember when Usyk was calling out Joe Joyce?
Yeah.
I'm coming for you. Remember now?
Oh, man, did that get... Oh,
bro.
We just moved on from there, boy. Joyce and Usyk was scheduled, and now this man is the unified champ. We don't even know. Joe Joyce could have... Suppose Joe Joyce in an alternate universe just beats Usyk, and we didn't ever have to have these problems. So what happens to Joe Joyce's shot? Because I feel like he should have one at least.
He should have something. And the way we're talking about Dillian and stuff, Joe Joyce has been waiting.
The Hrgovic route, though. I didn't even know until that caller called
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That could be the route.
Get a mandatory spot. Yeah,
that could be the route.
Get your way back in.
That could be the route. But again, it feels kind of unfair. You know, I should be in some strange way. I should be next to one of these big fights. Like it is my time.
It's tough, man.
Yeah,
but when the thing is held up with rematch clauses, have held this thing up.
Rematch clauses have ruined so much.
If we didn't have rematch clauses, sadly AJ wouldn't be in talks for a Usyk fight.
Yeah.
Fury would have been freed up from long time from the Wilder mess.
Yeah.
So realistically, we would have got AJ Fury by now.
Yeah. And
one of those guys would have been onto Usyk or whoever.
Get rid of the rematch clause, bruv. But it's bad business. It's bad business. End of the day, if you're a promoter, you're not trying to get rid of that. But you can see how the rematch clause is almost. I want to say it might be killing this new. I don't want to call this a golden era, but I called this a special. This could have been the era to reignite boxing, and I thought it was going to be. We had Dylan, we had Fury, we had Wilder, we had AJ. Unfortunately, all of them lot are not really fought each other. All of them, they've not met. And then you got Chisora in there just to sprinkle it, make it nice. And sadly, plus a Parker there, and the skill level amongst all those names. This is a damn shame. It's a crying shame is what it is. When you deep it like that I thought that with the emergence of AJ, everything's gonna change and we're gonna get this thing that when I hear people talk about boxing back in the day, they talk about it in such a way like we had fights, everyone was willing to fight each other, this, that, and the other. And once again, it might be we will stall like you stall in the car. You know, and I just... boxing's business is always going to be like this. With that amount of money at stake, you're asking for a lot of, swings and roundabouts. So that's just kind of how it's got to go. But I think ultimately, fighters just need to be, fighters need to be a bit more involved so that they can demand something. Do you know what I mean? And fighters have to also want that legacy situation. You know, so I don't wrong someone like AJ for talking about legacy stuff. Do you know what I mean? Trying to be a throwback fighter. He can't not be a fighter of this era that thinks about business and money. It's just not, it's always going to come up as a thing. Yeah, it's just that amount of money, you'd be, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not in any way trying to justify a step aside, don't get me wrong. But if somebody is throwing, a figure at you to say, yo, do nothing, you got to at least read the email. Read it. You got to see what that looked like, just to see. But legacy, at this point, how much money you've already made. Quickly send it to Junk, bruv. So you look at him, like, oh, bro, look at this email.
Yeah, look at it.
Send it to your
brethren. You know what I'm saying? But then move.
And then move, bruv.
Because when you've made that level of money that he's got now, come on, you at this point, you can afford to say,
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's another brand deal.
Because I know that after these guys start to think bigger, and it's just like, how would they talk about me afterwards when the story's told? I understand legacy doesn't pay the bills, but legacy is important once you've already got money. It's important
when you've already established. We're talking about, I think AJ's starting to have enough to feed his kids, hopefully. He seems like a clever man. Every time he talks about future generations. So I imagine that's been on the cusp and on the cards. But anyway, listen, this is the Undefeated podcast, man. I'm KG, and that's my boy.
Travis J.
You lot know what to do. The tickets to the fight we've all been waiting for. We're calling this fight. What am I even calling this fight, bruv? Oh man,
the battle of the OAP.
No, bruv. Inheritance, bruv. That's what we're calling this fight, bruv. Don't ever call it the battle of the OAPs, bruv. But this picture here, yeah, will always remain funny to me. I don't know where you found that.
That's so funny.
Whoever did that, yeah, should be like 4 years, a strong 4 years in jail. That's what you deserve. But anyway, you lot know what to do. Old Tiger's Head, we're gonna be there. Get your tickets, £20 only. It's the only way, yeah, to watch boxing with us lot. And there'll be other great defeaters in the house.
Be a great vibes, man.
You know the vibes. You've been at home watching boxing alone, and you say to yourself, "Raw, did you see that moment? Or what was that?" No one will do it. No one's going to do it for you better than being in a community that actually cares about it too. So make sure,
100.
Get your ticket. Links in the chat. That's it.
We'll see you there, people.
See you there, man.
Take care. Have a good week.
Peace. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.